Okay, so I just wanted to come on here and kind of go over the basics of betrayal trauma. I am Jessica and I am a life coach for people that have experienced betrayal trauma. And I just want to basically outline what that is. So, just to start, I went on Google and I'm going to give you the very basic definition. And then I'm going to kind of break that down and talk about what it means to experience it. Okay, so according to Google, betrayal trauma is a psychological response to a violation of trust by someone or something you depend on. It can occur in childhood or adulthood. So this definition gives the example that it's a psychological response to a violation of trust. So for me personally, it for both times that I experienced this, it was definitely psychological, but I had very physical symptoms. For me, for the first time that I experienced it, it was the worst because I was not as well equipped and I had no experience in what I was experiencing. The second time it was bad, but it was not nearly as bad. So the first time that I experienced this, I had my body was shaking. I was so I was not able to speak. My body was shaking. Um, and I shut down completely. Um my brain basically, it was like complete trauma mode is exactly what it is. It is betrayal trauma. My mind shut down, my body shut down, and that actual initial experience lasted probably about an hour. The after effects of that initial discovery, you will often hear discovery referred to as D-Day. Um, the effects of that D-Day for me are forever. Um, I have always thought of myself as like a before and after. You know, there is never going to be a time where I am ever going to get back to the person that I was before the betrayal. So I don't think that those symptoms or experiences will ever fully go away, but I am no longer living in trauma mode. However, there are times when someone experiences betrayal trauma and they obviously, can eventually move on and no longer live in trauma in their day-to-day life, in their minute-to-minute or hour-to-hour life, but they do experience triggers. So that is something that I do still deal with sometimes, but it's not necessarily every single day or every single week, and it's not something that is necessarily predictable. Causes of betrayal trauma can be abuse, something like physical. This is trigger warning that I'm going to be saying some things that might be upsetting if this is something that you've experienced. So abuse, whether physical, sexual, verbal, or emotional, infidelity, financial problems such as debt or somebody using like coercion or manipulation, um, betrayal by a parent, caregiver, or romantic partner. And that is something that I experienced twice, was betrayal by a romantic partner. And that is something that's the focus of my page, is betrayal by a romantic partner. And then betrayal by an institution such as a government, hospital, or police department. So the symptoms of betrayal trauma specifically are very adjacent to PTSD. You have intrusive thoughts, you are imagining things with flashbacks. The images are constantly coming back into your brain, especially right after discovery. The images are flashing into your brain. It's something that you're constantly thinking about, and you literally have no control over it. It's not something that you wish to be there. Even if somebody is telling you that you're being ridiculous, if someone's telling you that you're worrying about nothing, you're being stupid, like, it literally does not change the fact that what is in your brain is controlling your emotions, it's controlling your life. You often will experience nightmares. That is something that I did not personally experience very often. I think I had 2 nightmares in total between both experiences that I've had. So that is something that is very common though. Another thing that is very, very common with betrayal trauma is avoidance behavior. So you will start to avoid things that remind you of the event or the betrayal. And it can kind of grow from there if you do not seek out therapy or help. That avoidance behavior can grow and become a very, very big problem to the point where you are avoiding so much, and your day-to-day life is very hard to live. And along with that avoidance behavior comes hypervigilance. So because your world has become completely flipped upside down, and the person that you trusted and you thought would never hurt you, they broke your trust completely, and now you are experiencing absolute chaos every single day. You are now hypervigilant. You are looking for danger everywhere, and you are not trusting your instincts at all. With time and with therapy, that is something that can get better. And that is a symptom, that is the biggest symptom that I am currently still working on. Just to kind of wrap this up quickly, I'm just going to go through some more bullet points here. Some other symptoms can be irritability or angry outbursts, insomnia, fearfulness, social withdrawal, feeling emotionally numb, and then some physical symptoms like tension headaches, migraines, and fatigue. Those are all very, very common. So if you have experienced betrayal trauma and you have experienced any or all of those symptoms, do not let anybody gaslight you into saying that you are overreacting, because you are not overreacting. What you are experiencing is real and legit, and you are not crazy. The effects of these experiences can be very, very hard to deal with and very, very long lasting and damaging to very many relationships. So I urge you to reach out for help. Either you can reach out to me through DMs, and I'd be very, very happy to share any of the resources that I have. I am happy to give those to anybody that is interested. I have some different books, podcasts, websites, things like that that I'm happy to share with people. I think that having all of that information is very important, because that is information that I did not have when I went through this. So please reach out to me if you are interested. Please take care of yourself, do some self-care, love yourself. You're not crazy. I'm here for you. Again, I'm just a life coach. I am not a therapist. Seeking out actual trauma therapy can be very, very beneficial. So if that sounds interesting to you as well, I'd be very happy to help you find that resource.